elected president of UNICO, of the delegates. Welcome to Nima. So do where you were, how can do where you were, and say it do where you were. And say it so. Come on, Nima, and say it so. I'm a hello, Musadia. Stand on no side. I don't need my person. Simple betty was here. Galunga got the market. Yeah. Well, folks, on this note, I want to say good evening and welcome to the RiverSide Talk, the Twah River TV. We are here again with another edition. It is the 1st of June, 2026, 6 months into 2026 already. I want to welcome you all into today's edition. If you are following, if you come across this video, it is the Twah River platform, and we are here again with another edition. The time is 5:02, and it's 9:02 in Liberia. So, what is happening in Liberia, Nimba County? What is happening? What is happening in Dugo? Yeah, it's very much interesting that the entire internet is flooded today with information from Nabia. I'm coming, folks. Here we go. The entire internet is flooded today, and it's such a in a way that you can't it. You can't, because what is happening? Uh, Specifically, many things happening in Liberia today, but we will go strictly to our home county, Nimba County. What is happening in Nimba with the audit report? Where did the money disappear to? Where is the Nimba people money? Where is our money? Kupele de meza, yeah, nare yarume. Yeah, that's the biggest question of the day, and we hope to find answers. We hope that answers will be given to the people's money, because I can't understand though, where is our money? Where is the people of Nima money? Well, folks, I want to say welcome to you all. It is Twah River TV, the platform here for disseminating credible information, letting our people know of the happening in Monrovia, Liberia at large. So this is what we have for the week. 5:02. This is what we have for the week. On tomorrow, we will be hosting the acting vice chancellor of the ABC University will be our guest here tomorrow. And then on Wednesday, We will also be hosting the policy maker of District Number 4 will be our guest on Wednesday. That's Honorable Honest Massier will be our guest. And later down the line, maybe by the weekend or Sunday, we'll be speaking to uh, some officials of the Twah River organizations in America. Hopefully, that will be on Sunday. And then we will talk about the organizations and their involvement in excuse me, uh, what they're doing for the people of Twah River. We'll definitely dive into that. But there's a big, commotion today across social media, and that commotion has various headlines. And I mean, like various headlines when it comes to the other report from NIMA specifically. And honestly, if you sit and read that report, it is very damning, and it it is such a way that you will keep wondering, where did this money, where is the people money? GSC, the internal audit report pointed out that there were misapplications, money that were missing without proper documentation in Lima County from 2018 up to 2023. From 2018 to 2023, money was missing in Lima. Money was missing in Lima without accountability. Without accountability, come on, folks. Now, so this report covers two suits. When I say so, I'm talking about two superintendents. The report covers two superintendents, and that is from Doug Cooper to Nelson Cocoy. Remember, Doug Cooper was the superintendent during the early regime. Eddie Laston and Doug Cooper came on board as superintendent. And then after that, when Eddie left power, because Doug Cooper campaigned for CDC, Doug Cooper was maintained after the election. He was still in a position as soup until later Nelson Cocker was, appointed as superintendent of Nima County. Now, it is the report covers from 2018 up to 2023. It is within this time frame that this money we're talking about uh, disappear without accountability. And that will make someone to ask, where did the money go? Where is our money? Where? It's very important when you are given a piece of job to do. One thing that, destroy names is if you can't manage the public funds correctly. Because what the report covers is that even things that county council sitting, money was allocated specifically for gasoline or for diesel, and they went above. But then the figure was used without accountability. Machine parts. A figure was attached to machine part, but then the amount that was used was lesser than what was in the budget for the spare parts. But then at the end of the day, if you do the calculation, there is still a huge sum of amount left. I think probably the only I mean probably about 166 plus thousand was the one used out of the money for the spare part, and over 300 plus thousand when no accountability. PMC, PMC, you know, projects that were undertaken in Nima, and I think in 9 different locations, those projects were abandoned, and that will make you to wonder as to what actually happened to our money. Why? Why there is no accountability for our money? What? Now, Nelson Kokwe, oh, Liberia. We are very interesting though. You've been given a task to perform. Superintendent, you are the governor of that county. So now basically what this report indicates is that whatever transpired in Nima is like, my man, that go here, I will go. If you read the entire report carefully, you will find out that there are many things into that report that were, not accounted for. And to me, this is my opinion. Probably, what happened here is that maybe I went to the vendor and said, "This is what I need, but I need you to make this report to make receipt for so and so amount. But actually, this is what I need. You get your card, I get my card and walk away." Basically, that's what the report is indicating. And I think if we continue to dwell on this path, we ain't going nowhere. 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 Because that's not how you run your leadership. Transparency is very much important in whatever people do. Transparency. Accountability is key in public sector. It's very much important that when you are leading a specific area as a leader, it's good that you leave from office with good records or good report. But this report is so much in a way that when you sit and analyze, you realize that so many things went wrong in Nimba during this period. So many things. Today, I don't know whether those yellow machines are functional again because parts were not available and quote unquote they said they wanted to replace. They have order for them and this and that. Yes, still the project that you guys, very young professionals from NIMBA came on board to spearhead a project. Now we're talking about projects were abandoned. Then why you guys took over? What was the problem? Why did those projects were abandoned? Why? Where those money went? Where is our money? That is the question of the day. We want an answer to where our money is. Mike Bloom, you were county inspector during this time. Coming, folks. Trying to get some folks on here. They're asking questions. Yep. Mike Bloom, you serve as county inspector for NIMBA during this season. Which project were you inspecting? Which project? It is doing your regime that we start to see very youthful population, youthful individual into county leadership. You're not old. The corporate man is not old. You guys were so far, I think, with the exception of uh ambassador ambassador Dr. Yole, with the exception of him, at the time he was the only quote unquote little boy among them, but the rest were old people. And when Yole left, you guys came on board. You guys were the young folks in Nima. What happened? So are we now saying young people are not capable? Because our money it was in your regime. I was talking about you. What happened to our money? I reason you gotta come back. It is in your regime. Money disappear from the county. Thanks for following Mr. Moyen. Welcome to the show, Mr. Harrison Ball.
Thank you.
Welcome to the show, P. Willie.
Thank you. Well, I've never been back for a very long time, but then I'm back here tonight.
Okay. Well, folks, I want to say welcome to you all. If you're following, if you're watching, it's the Twah River TV and the Twah River platform. I want to say thank you for following us here today. Um, like I said, tomorrow we'll be in conversation with the acting vice chancellor of ABC University. Uh, Prof. Niamaru will be our guest here tomorrow. And then on Wednesday, we'll be speaking to the policymaker of District Number 4, Honorable Ernest Massier, will be our guest on Wednesday. And the week, we will roll the week and continue to bring people on board. Hopefully on Sunday, we'll be speaking to the leadership of the Twah River organization in America. But we want to say thanks for joining us, Mr. Harrison Elbow. Harrison is now one of the panelists on the Twah River platform. He will be our health, you know, our health man on the show now. So when it comes to health crisis, we'll call Harrison. And he really won't be talking to one other matter here. All my men will rest. But on the other hand, though, they men are nice politician. Well, folks, before we dive into what well, Harrison, we will come to that discussion. But today, you know, the entire internet is flooded today with, you know, various headlines, some questions, some directly accusing, and all of that about the audit report from NIMA. You know, that report is, you know, quite disheartening that from 2018 to 2023, money, some funds are not accounted for. We don't know what those money were used for. And, you know, no accountability. The audit report came out today, and I woke up to those news flying all over the social media and everywhere. Let's hear you. What's your take on that, Harrison? Let's start with you, and then we'll go to OP Willie.
Thank you, and good evening to my own friend and brother, Opa Willie, and USF the host. Well, I'm sorry for the cool quality of my voice. I'm down with cool. So, myself, I read some portion of the audit report. I said from 2018 to 2023, 12 millions of Nima people money cannot be traced, which are considered to be disheartening, frustrating, while the economy is very difficult, then 12 million United States dollar cannot be accounted for. And you look at that 12 million, when you look at it, the breakdown, you see that Honor Superintendent Doc Cooper, we saw something around 690 some not also accounted for. So it's a long thing. I really, Madam Kou, me and Gono need to put our feet on fire so we can really know actually where the money. There's certain portion of it I saw certain company were to bring about 500,000 worth of spare
Spare
part and it
part.
was only
Yeah.
135,000. We just said, wow. So what the remaining 300 and some more. So it's disheartening, my brother. You say the only thing we all just have to put our feet on fire, put our feet on ground, even without a government intervention. We the citizen, we ourselves can do inquiry. About some of you people be referring to us as politicians because some of us don't want to see ill in society when we flag it out and we discussing it. People think to be politicians, but we are not. And for me, I'm proud to be a politician because we are discussing policy. But in our Liberian context, they take politics on a contrary view to take it for enemy shade, attack on it. No, for me, my politics is about policy. We discuss policy and issue. We leave the individual out of it. For example, like the audit report that came out. So it would take former Superintendent Doc Cooper on a regime and the amount that has not been paid to discuss it. When people say we are discussing Doc Cooper, no, we are discussing the activity that took part on his watch. So we need serious accountability on it. We need to know where the balance money went, how it was used, because all they are trace. And thank God, Oba with is on the show, so he will really give all the detail when it comes to auditing. Because I know I play in CSL a few times.
All right. Thank
Can
you,
you open
Harrison.
it?
Thank you. OP, it's over to you. You know, you did your background is in accounting and auditing. Looking at this audit report and what it says about the missing money. The money we're talking about, that's small money of $12 million. You know what 12 million can do for Nima? That money is not accounted for. What is your take,
Yeah,
OP? Let's hear you.
yeah, thank you, CEO. I'm excited to be here. Yeah, been a while that my phone and the network all in Liberia giving all hard time. You know, it's very disheartening to see our county, the beloved county, to be going through the kind of crisis. I will consider crisis because if 12 million of our on the county money will be unaccounted for, it's not a small issue. And no auditor will go anywhere and just look in the sky and give you a particular figure. All auditors base their argument on evidence. What they see is what they actually report. They don't just lie on anybody. Because auditor can be sued if you give false opinion on any audit. So you're under an obligation to give a reasonable assurance, not absolute assurance. The reasonable assurance is you're telling people that there's a need for inquiry, there's a need for to go further. So they will not get absolute assurance to say, yeah, they think we're talking 100% correct. So when they do the audit, they will send you the report to the auditee so you can also make your own opinion on your view on what they are seeing. You will say yes, you can say no. So our people who are accused or are indicted into that audit report, they are under the obligation to say yes or provide further documentation that the auditor can also review. So for me, it's very disheartening. I'm feeling very bad about my country that in the kind of economy where things is not working at all, majority of our people are suffering. To see the people investment over 12 million United States dollars is not an easy thing. So it brings to mind that we need to do more as a country. We need competent and qualified internal control system that will help our country in making sure that the right thing is done at all times. Before we are making decisions for the next generation to come, it will embezzle 12 million just from 2018 to 2023 is not a small figure. Look at J. Delhi Alley Hospital right in San Nicolas. Look at the Central High. It don't represent us. So if our people look at those facilities and they are investing our money, I think we need to go further. We need to take the audit report very serious. And the civil society organization in Nima County need to really wake up and put pressure behind the people so they can either restitute the money or we take the people to law to make sure that government go after the money so Nima County can benefit. That's what I have to say for now.
All right, thank you, gentlemen. If you go through the report, what is baffling is that during this time, we have some very young people in county authorities. We have some very young people in county authorities, and to see that we're talking about 12 million. The projects that were identified, those projects were abandoned. And the company, I don't know whether that company exists. The company that was hired to, I know what kind of son that was hired to bring spare part. You're talking about 500,000 worth of spare part. Only 135 came through. Now, where is the remaining 300 plus we're talking about? So after this report, right, it shows that. And I was asking a question. I said, does that mean that we, the young people, I'm talking about, because the PMC was headed by a very youthful population at the time. If I'm
Yeah.
not mistaken, we have Saint Takra, we have Harris, Yelemi, and all those folks. Now, when it comes to the county authority, the corporate guy was not old. Mike Blue, very young guy, auto minute. So what happened? Why can't why young men took over and then we're talking about this money? Talk about 300,000 went on your watch. We don't know where is it. You were in power at the time because you CDC retain you for a certain period of time until they let you go and corporate came in. It's quite frustrating. We have you know Nima County as a whole. We have a lot of things. That 12 million could do a lot for Nima and put us to even beyond where we are currently. We're talking about health centers, clinics, schools. GW Harley Hospital that is right there. Go see the quote unquote the relocation and the building design that they pull over there. Myself who say now here, I can sit down and build that house. Then you say you building that thing as hospital for whole county, refer hospital. When we're in modern 21st century, we're talking about modern hospital. Go see the hospital in Bapolu and compare that to what has been built, quote unquote, relocation in Sanikore. Go see that. We're in modern world, but those money could have been, very much helpful in our county, but yet no accountability. Where is our money? And that's the question. Oh God. Well, gentlemen, that is it with the audit report. Let's go to another thing we'll be looking at here is Asabi, y'all still have info on that. If you're free to go ahead and make some info. If not, then we'll move ahead to another topic. Harrison, you got anything to that? He's freezing. B, you got anything to that?
Yeah, I was saying something. I said regarding the hospital, the referral hospital that is quote unquote they are building over there, it don't make sense. Uh, our leadership will actually get involved. The government need to give us on the account of the design of that hospital. It don't represent NIMA, and to admit NIMA is actually going to go after that in making sure that we engage after the mental, we engage the county leadership, we engage lay to break that thing down and redesign our place. Our hospital is not a hospital for the county like NIMA. They don't represent us, and we don't even want it.
Yes, honestly, we are in 21st century. The hospital over there, it is not even what we consider hospital. Because the design
No.
they're getting, the design they put out is not what we can even build a hospital. We should be
Mm-hmm.
talking about modern structure. Modern structure. See the hospital in Bapolu. The structure in Bapolu. Go see it. That Emory hospital.
Right.
And see
I
what
don't hospital.
AML is trying to build. That is not, we don't call that a hospital. And we're talking about a whole refer for Nima County. That does not represent us. And AML being a giant company, I don't think even the country they hail from, they can't even build that in a community to say that's a community health center or community clinic.
Sure.
Yeah, Harrison, let's see. OP, you
Yeah,
breaking?
I said sure. Yeah, if from the network from our end. So like
Hello.
that area we just talking about, I said that I played and I resemble health center said before it become hospital. Because the buildings, that funny structure they put down there, 1.3 million naira.
That
So
is not even called for. That
it is
building does
hard.
not it is not even it does not even make any idea that somebody will say that is the hospital for Nima County. We literally that's the same structure we're coming from. And I thought what we say we are relocating to another place because of the proximity of of the current center with the train track passing every day. We we should be talking about going to a very modern structure that will bring good facelift. Now we're talking about, I don't know, the very AML, the country you came from. We have seen some health facilities. Is that what we'll put out to say yes, we are build hospital and this is what we need to do? That is not even what we call a hospital. I think that's a cleaner building that they should have even built for their workers at the mines. That is not what we call hospital. And we sit there and say yes, Asada Meta have agreed to build three point something million dollar facility,
1.3 million.
1.3 million dollar
Yeah.
facility.
Yeah.
Why will
Yeah.
be
Yeah. See, CEO, I'm telling you that the hospital project is not implemented by AML. AML pass the money through government through LACE. LACE is Library Agency for I think community, I don't know, empowerment or community development or something like that. So they are the ones supposed to implement the project. So LACE now have to hire a contractor to build a hospital and see what they put down there. And the amount that AML have paid our reliable sources is that they have paid up to $2 million to LACE. And LACE must account for the money. So LACE Director General need to come on the show to explain to us where is the money, how much they put into that project, and who is the implementing partner so we can go after them. And what is the design of that hospital? These are issues we need to
Yeah,
raise, and it's a issue. Nima Kwado will not sit down to allow that to happen. We are going to take serious issue with them and will be very, very civil and polite, but very frank in making sure that the right thing is given the country this time around.
All right.
yeah. I
Harrison, go
I
ahead.
read what I read today from Ambassador Kwate, a letter to the president saying that you and I apologize to the legislature because some of the things we are saying, we ourselves, our own problem, the oversight responsibility, I think is lacking. The oversight responsibility. Because if you look at even the
Really?
design of the hospital that on assemble and you see what they put in down there, it design because firstly, if the design come out, we probably will need to look at it and critique it. But when we see the design, we go for it, we use the sustainable material, then at the end of the day, we the consumer become the victim. While they will be sitting with a fat pockets out there. So like you rightfully said, Nimakwado need to step in because Nimakwado is one of the biggest arm now in the country, even around the country. So Nimakwado do need to put their feet on the ground. Should not be the Kwado, the Nimakwado in the past that will be cajoled and be one-sided and be regime Kwado. But it'll be Nimakwado that is holistic and see what I mean?
No, you said Kajo, that's what I'm making.
Yeah. Because that's the only way
But rest,
Nimba, because some of the things we are seeing, it could be a deeper politics just from what we just seen. It could be a deeper politics from up there. Because they already know that Nimba is productive on their own. So, Nimba Kwado, you need to wake up and start to see how best Nimba, because they need Nimba Kwado, Nimba need to benefit from your advocacy. And one of the
but
benefits will start
definitely.
from right there with that hospital because it's
Yeah.
very
So
sad.
Mr. Bob, rest assured that this leadership, that 15 counties went and voted us. They were not just Motorado alone. 15 counties, people came from Grand Crew, Maryland, River G, Sino, RiverSide, Grand Bassa, Lofa, Bomi, Bon, Bapolo, and Kidman, Motorado to come and vote us. So, and the people give all their straight mandate, and that mandate must be implemented. The interest of NEMA is number one to none. So with their leadership, Mr. Fangalo, the head, followed by very critical voices behind him, we'll do our very best. How much do I really need to live? Do I need a whole lot of NEMA kind of money to live? No. If I get all, I just need one bed to sleep on. I need one car, I'll get one seat. I just need a house, I'll get one room. And in that room, I'll get a bed, and I just get a portion that I will be able to occupy. So I don't need anything much. I just need something I can survive on, and my charity around us must survive as well. So because of this, we will stand our ground. We'll push the leadership around in making sure that the right thing is done in the country. The media will be our friend. The county leadership will be our friend, but we'll be very frank and engaging them, including asset and mental. So that's the mandate of the people, and we must implement it to the fullest. So rest assured that we'll stand up for the country and we'll stand up for our people. So Nima Kwado yesterday, not Nima Kwado today. So will not be cajoled, will not be used by anyone because we don't want nothing from them. I think one way or the other, at least we can get our full money at the end of the month. So we don't need nothing more than that. I'm not to compromise the interests of the country. So rest assured, all of our engagement, it will be right on the media, it will be following it. So I can assure you that. Thank you.
All right, you can show that. But since y'all won the election, y'all want come back to Kenya so we can ask y'all because that election, anything went on there. They say y'all bribed Doug Cooper and Doug Cooper for Doug to speak on your behalf. Anyway, that another day topic there. Y'all when y'all
No,
Kenya
that
will
thing
answer
is
that. When y'all Kenya will
not
answer
politics.
that question.
Not politics. Politics will come up with speculation. We 1 minute, we win 1 minute. And, we're going for 9 positions. We won 4 out of the 9. Our opponent, some people won 1, some people won 4. So just that we're opportune to take the presidency, the financial secretary, the secretary, and that of the treasurer. But with vice president for administration, vice president for operation, youth chair, the chaplain, and all of that came from the different 3 other parties that were contending against us. So if somebody would sit there and say we're begging, if I talk about speaking on our behalf, it's a myth. Don't consider it as true. It's a politics because everybody from each party had their own space and all of us are working together right now. There was no cheating or free and fair, and all of their representatives observer there counting the votes. So what we did was just a strategy that made us to win. While they were running around, we were speaking right in their inbox, talking to their people, sending them messages, appealing to them for the vote, and the people see reason why they should vote us. That's how we want to vote. So their own people would have brought, and we, in fact, the debate was one of the interesting things, just that we were not able to do a video. We beat them in the debate massively. They had nothing to offer to the people. So right at the debate, some people changed their mind. So if somebody will tell you that Dog Cooper were begging the people on our behalf, it's just a myth. It's just a politics. Dog Cooper is the head of the country. Each time everybody arrives there, you have to come and speak to everyone. It's not for purposes for our business. It's because he's the head, the vice president is not there, and he wanted the head, and the superintendent also was in America. So he had to step in at least to come and speak to the delegates and tell them the importance of coming to the convention and what it should do to benefit the country. So you're not specific about a particular candidate. We were canvassing for everyone and we were opportune to win the presidency. After that took the vice president of operation, patient took the youth chair, the chair lady, the vice president for administration, and the chaplain. So she took 4 positions, we took 4 positions, and after that took 1 position. That is 9. So I think it was balanced. And the 2 major tribes in Nima were represented. Dio get 50% and Mano get 50%. Because the other tribe did not show up. So that's just what happened in Nima. And we will explain better to you when the time comes and the space are open. Thank you.
All right, folks. Thanks for following. If you're watching as the Twah River platform, we are here with another edition. Tonight we will, jump strictly into the health aspect. And as a stand, the last time we were in conversation with Mr. Harrison Elbow, who appeared as guest, but tonight he's here again as guest slow panelist. So we will be talking to him again on the best statutory health district. And we've been trying to get the Twah River health district administrators, but it's quite difficult due to network and things. So um, that's why we thought it wise to call him back. Mr. Bo, good evening again, and how is the health district?
Well, thank you once again to be on this platform to inform our people. and some of the health activity that is ongoing in our district and in our community. What are some improvements and what are some of the things that are needed for our facility to continuously working in the best interest of our people and Liberia and large.
Okay. Thank you. Over the past, we spoke about, you laid some premises about how your work is done and you control the vaccine aspect, the EPI, that put it that way, in the district. Since then, has there been any other recent campaign within the district when it comes to vaccine and other things?
Yeah, 2 weeks back we just did malaria campaign where we were vaccinating our children who were eligible for the malaria, more especially the defaulter, meaning those who started the process but relearning to come to complete their doses. So we're going after them to see how best they can come to complete their vaccine. So 2 weeks back, we did a PV activities where we vaccinated a good number of people, more especially when it comes to Berege Health District. We were able to vaccinate, be exact, we were able to vaccinate 12,193 children with a malaria vaccine, from 5 months old to 1 year, 3 months. So the campaign was successful and the routine activity is ongoing. But when it comes to Berege Health District, the district is large, the population is huge. They will get 59,965 population that we are dealing with in Berege Health District. Quite recently, we just visited one of our community called Zuale. Zuale had a clinic project that is ongoing, almost completed. It was initiated by the community through the help of former senatorial aspirant Peter Wiato. Started some construction there, but the citizens themselves have completed that building, plaster, lay floor, whole tie in the building. And Medasti took him and built adjacent construction building there to help to make the area larger. So we went there somebody last week to have meeting with them to see how best we can open that facility because when you look at Zuale is ideally located where the catchment community will be the Yoruwi, Geipa, Sotapa, and other surrounding community. All the community that just named come to Zogo for treatment, where you see that people that will come from Geipa, Anshon Gobastago home to come to Zogo for treatment, it will take, if you walking by line, you'll take more than 3 hours to walk just to come. Then to go by, you take the 3 hours, so that's 6 hours just to come. So you observe that people will not really get interest into coming to health, to the health facility. They will prefer stay and our vaccinator will go there. So opening Suale facility will serve as one of the greater opportunity for them because the distance will be short and the help will be right to their doorstep. And the meeting was well attended. The community people buy the idea and we left there. We pulled up some team and made us see even promise because the first building that the community people did, the roof was very low. So my daddy promised to de-roof it and carry the height up. So when it comes to Berege Health District, we are moving fast. Almost all our facility in Berege Health District get maternal waiting home because when it comes to maternal mortality, it's one of the things we are fighting against because we don't want to see any mother that will get pregnant and go deliver, then we mean there. So we are against it. So you see that almost all our 7 health facilities in Berege get maternal waiting home that do play right now building project going to 80-85% to be completed. The actual have been completed, painted, only remain for dedication. So and Guagocho is dedicated, Sogo is there, Camp Player Center is there, Getting Ho as private facility has or so when it comes to health, Belega is moving, everything is on course.
All right.
All right, thank you for that, OP. Let's get over to you if you have questions for Harrison, then we will come back.
Yeah, Harrison will know you deal with it. I'm the EPR. I'm not a health person per se. The passing all of
Expanded
that.
program like that.
Okay, so I just want to discuss the health in totality. When it comes to health, every aspect is
Yeah,
important. Yeah. Of recent, some friends I have in the area there say there's something in the community they call an ojuku, some kind of insect that's working on people and do all of that. What is the health facility doing to eliminate those kind of insects from working on people, entering their food, water, and all of that? Because those kind of things contaminate our food, contaminate our waters, and it gives people all the different diseases or sicknesses. Why is it fight? Are you aware of such insect in the
he said Ojuku, in which one the community? It just coming to my mind. Just coming to I'm just hearing it.
okay? So I think I call it some tree or somewhere there where your daughters live somewhere there where you have your I think your just or something your little facility. So it's somewhere there and they always talk about it. I heard it. Even my mother can be talking about it. So I wanted to know if they are come to your knowledge. If not, it's not anything major. Then you also
No,
let me know.
yeah, and I come to the sovereign. I have not reported any
Aspect.
of such information to us
Okay.
yet. So
Okay.
since they are come out here, we will do our in-depth inquiry to actually know what you're speaking of. The only thing I
Okay.
know of some more than 3 weeks it was caterpillar in
Okay.
one of our community. Yeah, but uh, immediately the tree that was bringing that it was immediately cut down and I caterpillar it happened to Zogo we clean it. I raised
Okay.
concern the caterpillar too much. So immediately we went there and we intervened in a particular tree that was producing that caterpillar we got rid of it. But
All
for
right.
what you're
Thank you.
saying, we have to do another inquiry to know what really happened.
Okay. Thank you. So my next question is, with all of the facilities people are opening in terms of complex clinic, do people actually have the manpower? If the answer is yes, how equipped are those manpower? And again, we notice that some of the students who are working within the facility want to go and do advanced studies. Sometimes they are threatening that, oh, we'll take you from the payroll, we'll not be any staffing and all of that. And we need a competent, qualified nurse or a doctor whatsoever to be able to take care of those issues that you are discussing. So, how versed is your system or your manpower to take care of our patients or our mothers and sisters that are there?
Thank you when it comes to manpower is holistic, it's scroll cutting across the whole country. I think even of recent you heard the Senate when they invited Minister of Health, the minister, when they're even talking about the volunteer activities. Because when you see most of our facility, almost 60% of the workforce you see in the facility are volunteers, are people volunteering. Like Campley Comprehensive Health Center. Campley Comprehensive Health Center will get like the total number of people there will be 105, but out of that 105, the total number of people that are on government payroll, they can be 60% of that population.
Wow.
Almost the remaining they are volunteers. So it's one of the serious challenge within the health setting. Every time we are flagging out, we are writing report. So all the facility in Nima, which Berega is no exception, have volunteer. The Guagocho have Guagocho clinic. The two vaccinated are there. They are volunteer and they have been volunteer for over 7 years, 6 years. So when it comes to Zogowe, the two vaccinated are there. One person volunteer, she been there for over 3 years. So when you go to Yongle, the two vaccinated are there. One been volunteering for over 3 years. So the cross cutting is everywhere. manpower shortage. We get a manpower, but the government is not employing. The government is not. I don't know. I don't know. I should say they don't have the capacity to employ everyone at the time, but the manpower are there, but they are volunteering. And you know, when you are volunteering, the accuracy, because every month, for example, like when a month end, 2 3 days from now, you see that my I will receive my alert, my 184 kind my phone. While my same professional colleague and myself on shift, we working, we doing the same thing. On a day I can't wear, she might can't wear. My day off, she might get day off. Then I receive my $184 alert. Then she had not receive anything. Then I say, oh, I'm going to the bank. So sometimes I bring frustration to that person because you go to school. Most especially, for example, you go to Cottington University, you paying $35 for credit hour. Then upon your graduation, then you volunteer for over 5 years, 6 years volunteering, not getting anything. So it's frustrating. I want when people come to the facility when they talking to the nurses when they don't know what really happening. I think one of the things I even trying to help right now is the cost sharing. Because when you look at the cost sharing, you'll tell you 30% of that cost sharing should go to the volunteer health worker. But how many person can come to the facility? For example, a Campbell Center get about 60 volunteer. And you talk about 30% of the cost sharing. A Campbell Center within a month time raise 300,000. You take 30% of that 300,000 and divide by 60%. You observe that if you will be carrying some people be carrying 3,000, so because they will pay according to what qualification. They will pay
Mm-hmm.
according to qualification. So if you are a nurse, just imagine register nurse, you volunteer every month, then they look at it, they get you $10,000 liberty. What $10,000 you do? Even the transportation that you pay every morning, going, coming, before the month end, that 10,000 gone. So one of the disheartening and frustrating thing in our country, in our health setting, I want to think you see that our health system are not being respected, and our leaders who supposed to put themselves, who supposed to put their time and effort into the health, they see the health setting to not be, they are afraid to come because they see that they are not seeing the qualified people are there, but they are not certified. So when they get sick, they either go Ghana, they either go India. The money using them, you get bring in Liberia. You get bring in Liberia. That when you invest that money into Liberians, your own health facility, you invest that money, you see that more people will take ownership of their facility. But that's some of the challenging thing. But with all the sacrifices, I think that the North we used to year around, we are not hearing again. Think little by little, we are moving.
All right. So, my next question is, how do the patient get drugs? Is it you come, I come, you check me, oh, okay, you get malaria, you get typhoid, go to John Brown, like in Monrovia, they always send out to Lucky Pharmacy. Go right across the Tony Street, go across the road and get your drug from Lucky Pharmacy and take it all. Are you people capacitated to be able to treat the patient and do everything and get a minimum bill, or how does it work? How does the system look like?
All right. Like I was speaking about the cost sharing. The cost sharing is that you, the patient, that come, you give little money. That same money they take it to buy drugs when you come for you to see the drugs. So this time there is no free services at all the health facility. The only free services that is offered at the health facility when it comes to immunization, all
Okay.
immunization services is free. When it comes to family planning, all family planning activities are free. When it comes to HIV and AIDS, all HIV and AIDS services are free. And the malaria treatment, malaria tablet that the government will supply the facility are free. But beside that, all other activity, your lab, your sleeping in our facility, the medicine that you will take, everything is paid for. So this
Okay.
time you are not seeing people getting prescription out except When there's some special drugs that is not in a facility, then they will be giving you prescription to go and get it out. But this time,
All right.
prescription is not floating. You pay for the same thing you go buy in a drugstore, you still buying it in a facility. So you see that prescription is not going out.
All right. I understand. I think I rest my case for now. I gave you a chance to ask this question.
All
I
right,
will still
thank you.
come back.
All right, thank you, folks. We are following. We are watching. You are watching the Twah River TV. Um, we are in conversation and we are discussing the issue of health. Now, Mr. Bo, I know over the week, I think 2 weeks back, there was a alarm in Monrovia about quote unquote Ebola, and that was quite worrisome. You see people worrying and other things based on the fact that where we came from, and you and I were at GW Harry Hospital in Sunny Korea when that Ebola broke out. The very quote unquote first patients that came to Sunny Korea, our colleagues were affected. Talking about Harrison, not Harrison, but Iverson Nundua. And other people got put out of their house because they were in a hospital. So now I want to know, since Liberia is quote unquote preparing, maybe we don't have it, but we are trying to prepare ourselves. Has there been any communication from the ministry as to whether they intend to train people or to so that the health facility or county health team, any communication as such as what people will do health wise?
Okay,
President, you
thank
there?
you.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, all right, thank you so much. I think some days or week back, we listened to the health minister, when she was invited by the Senate, and she said they needed 4.2 million to carry on preparedness. And we listened to Enfield director when she said there were other people that came from out, but they are not suspect, but they are observing them. They don't have the case, but they are observing them because they came from that community. So when it comes to official communication, maybe it might be in a poor lamb, but it are not reach us in the district to say yes, this is that. But when it comes to health, since we left from Ebola, we left from COVID-19, you observe we are still following the same activity. Every health facility you go, you will still see the hand washing bucket. You will still see all the precaution mentor still ongoing. But the only thing that happened because other people at the time when it came, other people were not trained. Other people were not health worker at the time. And when it comes to health, it's supposed to be a continuous thing because every day new diseases, every day new condition. So people need to get adequate training. So until we can wait, what will be the Senate if the 4.2 million the Ministry of Health requesting for preparedness when you approve or whatsoever that will be approved, then I think from that point, Ministry of Health can start to design strategy, planning for implementation on preparedness mental across the country. But for now, across the country, no. Yeah, now only JFK carry on their training at time where we listen to the director, Jukad, which he said it was just a training where one of our nurses came from there and gave that alarm that circulated all around the country after that training. So for now, there's no preparedness going on for us in our district. Maybe if it will happen, or maybe it might be tomorrow when the communication comes. But for now, nothing. We're not following our same old rules from the experience from COVID-19 and Ebola.
All right, so the Romans circulated all around. So how was the reception in the district as it relates with that false alarm? Did people, you know, uh, I remember back then when we have that situation with the Ebola. You saw that whatsoever somebody is going, they have that little bucket, little something in there, whether bicycle or anywhere hanky on there, the chlorine something. Did you observe anything as such happening when our alarm broke out?
No, that alarm when it broke, more especially when it comes to our setting, people, even it could be true, people still were doubting. Oh, the government not get money, they won't look for their own money. Oh, that the first thought. Yeah, that the first thought I ran. Oh, they won't look for their own money because no money. So, and one of the good things that happened, Enfield and Ministry of Health curtailed that rumors immediately, and it did not really circulate to make people to live in fear or panic, more especially for ourselves. Only Mosorado were really because they from that room, from that recording that lady day. Only Mosorado, some of our colleagues that were communicating with were giving us information or such, but for us here, we're not really of essence that people were really panicking, thinking or worrying to do such. No.
Okay. Obi, it's over to you. If you have questions, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Ball, for the friendly explanation to our people. Health is wealth. And whenever you have Ebola, definitely you will panic. When the alarm came, although we are in Mosorado, for me to admit, I didn't really believe it. I think Ebola kind of first place we start from, but the health facility for you start hearing from. So you started all people watch and you see ambulance passing all around because we already have the experience. Even Ebola comes today, the way other nurses die, the way other people die, it will not be like that because we use a lot of chlorine that was very strong. We were afraid there was no logistics, there was no glove and nothing. But this time around, I think we have everything go first. We believe that we can even contain any sickness or diseases that will break out in the world. This time, the library has set a very good record. So, with that, I know the shaking your hands and washing your hands. How effective it is now? How are you people really enforcing it? Because when you see smoke, there must be a fire. So within a facility or within a community, as a health practitioner, how do you see people responding to these rumors? Although people not believing it, but how are they responding in terms
Like
of
I said,
going by the rule? Yeah.
that rule is only applied to the facility, but in the community, it's not there.
Okay.
In the community, because when it comes to the rules in the community, strictly fall directly on our internal affair, the local government.
Sure.
They get at people. They can restrict. They say, oh, when they did, because when we give the information, they enforce. We the health worker, we don't enforce. The internal affair will do the enforcement because they are the people that we are treating. But when it comes to the health facility, every health facility get in washing bucket, and before you enter the security, will tell you what to do and what not to do. But in the community, it's not practiced there.
Okay. Because I'm coming there very soon to test the system. I believe in testing the system to see if your office works now. Yeah, so I just wanted to push with you. Yeah. I just believe in testing the system to see whether it's working. Yeah, because there's something you call system and control. To get a system is one thing, but to have a control on the system is another thing. So we'll come to test the system and see whether you are really enforcing the hand washing, the hand sanitizer is on all of the decks. From here, you will be
You
able
get
to,
hand sanitizer,
after
boy?
washing your hand,
You
also
don't get
you'll be able
water
to.
to wash your hand. You ain't get soap to wash your hand. Come on, hand sanitizer.
Uh, so it means
People
you
can
still
don't
have
do
a
the thing.
challenge because the hand sanitizer is very important. So I think you
That's
also
what I'm
have to
saying.
push
That's a challenge.
with your buy the hand sanitizer for the facility. Or you people should make some minimum budget at least to be able to raise the money for the hand sanitizer. But it's very important. Washing hand alone is not enough. I might wash my hair, I can't sit and touch something else. With somebody with infection, I touch it. So with the sanitizer, I think before I reach to you, I put it on my hand. So to depend only on the washing hand, I think there's still a high risk there that you need to
But
mitigate.
steady approving that hand washing is 90% the serious.
Okay, so the man is going out to Fury. Okay, so Fury
Yeah.
about what to
All right, folks. Thank you. If you are following, is you are right here on the Twah River TV. We are in conversation with Mr. Harrison Bow, and we are talking about the health issue of our district, the statutory district, or Belige Health District. You know, at this time, it's very much important that we prepare ourselves, though where it is far off from us. But you see, Liberians, we travel day and night, meet other people, go to other countries, and yeah, and at this time, they're still in the East African belt. We have not heard any rumors that he has crossed to the West African side, and we hope and pray that where it is, it will stay right there. But equally so, it is important that we prepare ourselves and start to
Yeah.
engage in those measures that we, took back then in 2014 when we encountered that unexpected crisis that took place in Liberia. Mr. Bow, I know your district is, large, as you said, but over the past, has there been any other contribution, maybe from donors, since we know you say left last year, and since then, has there been any other, donors coming in to strengthen the EPR system or the health system in the district? The county and the district at large, is there any other thing as such going on?
Yeah. When it comes to the EPR services, first thing like brother, you have money to buy the vaccine. They're very costly. So like brother, rely on donations. So almost like just week 3 weeks back, and we'll have organization just install fridge to almost all facility in Nima, which my district benefited. Even at my district, they gave us fish where we store the vaccine for the vaccine to be on the rightful temperature to maintain the potency for it to be used to our clients. So all the fish, all the fridges scheme they were through donation. So to keep our vaccine and every time our vaccine is intact, we are not short of any vaccine for now. There's no shortage. That's what we experienced in 2024, where we were almost out of BCG for more than 3 months, more than 4 months. We were out of BCG. So, but now there is no shortage of vaccine. All vaccine is tight and on the rightful temperature.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to know because looking at our health sector where we ourselves, and that's why I spoke on the last time, so it is very much important that the whole Ebola thing that we're talking about, our health sector, our education sector, our security sector, these are sectors that needs more funding. But yeah, I said that we have 1 point something million just for one person alone budget. One person alone. God sit there enjoying himself riding BB cars. But we're allocating such an amount just to one individual, quote unquote, because he's the speaker. We allocate budget to our many that is too much exorbitant that those money we even cut it down and send those money to our health sector to improve the health sector. Our people don't even have work. That there is no job in Liberia, but yesterday when somebody gets sick, we have cost sharing. Person got to pay for other services and so forth. But if those things, you know, no budget, the health sector budget, if it is more fund coming in, I think the cost sharing will go away and people will just go get treated and go home. Except maybe you go to private area, then you'll pay out of pocket. But if you go to government facility, you pay, the government take care of you, and then you go home. That's how it should be. But we don't have it, and we only put money into politicians' pocket, and that's why politics has become more, lucrative in Liberia. That everybody wants to become a rep, senator, government official. But it's quite important that we invest into our health sector because what we're talking about, one thing that affected America a lot during the COVID period was this was their first encounter. I bet if this has even entered any part of Africa, it was going to be a total disaster. Totally. Because it caught everybody unaware. And here is a Liberians troop in China on a daily basis. But God so do it good that it entered in a Western country first before we experience little thing in Africa. But the doubting spirit is what makes the virus so chronic in America. And before people could realize it, it starts shutting down government, shutting down every facilities. It was late. It has become more chronic. So I think it is this time that we need to put our act together and strengthen the health sector we have so that in case of anything, we'll have a very strong defense system that by the time something here, they will say, oh man, we got it covered already because we already know what it is. But it is Liberia. Mr. Bo, let's hear you. Let's if you still have, let's hear your, you want to speak to the public about any other thing concerning the health district and everything.
Okay.
Let's hear you on that.
Before
Yeah,
you
thank
speak, I
you.
have one or two questions for him.
All right.
Yeah.
Then ask your
Right.
question so that he will get
Hello?
go ahead, ask your question.
Well, Mr. Ball, I say our issue at the facility there. Right now, the health facility train pharmacy technician, or I think there's a law now that you have to add a pharmacy technician as your facility, not just a nurse who just be do a prescription for our patients. Because the pharmacy technician will be able to help the PA or whosoever or the doctor after they are prescribed to be able to give the patient the right dose to be taken. Do Camp Health Center or the district have pharmacy technicians? If no, what are we
Thank
doing
you.
to get some professional pharmacy technician in our facility, into our pharmacy at the real hospital or real facility?
Yeah, thank you. When you say you need pharmacy technician to get a rightful dose, I will tell you that when it comes to the nurses, they did pharmacology, they did pharmacology to the highest level, one pharmacology two. So when it comes to even the drug calculation, they know. And before the doctor can even order the medication, the doctor will do all the calculation and send it. So other person is a nurse, the person will know the generic name of the drugs, the person will know the trade name of the drugs. So when it comes to the nurses, we are cross-cutting. But like
Okay.
we said from our intro, even the few that you get in your facility, They not even on payroll. The few you get, just the few you have first, they not on payroll. Then you're talking about to bring another people. So that one of the challenge. The country itself is challenge.
Okay.
When we look at the whole of Nima, how many pharmacies we get in Nima? I think one person, either one person who is the head for the pharmacy. Aji there,
So
are the
you mean
camping depot.
we only have one chief pharmacist of Nima?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm know of. If
Wow.
they get more than that, I don't know. So I'm saying
Huh.
the country a challenge when it
Wow.
comes to health. A challenge. So before you talk about bringing them to to Campley, to carry them to Zogowi, to carry them to Guadu, my brother, it's not even workable. Mm. Because we don't even have it. So the first thing, how many of them will get in the country? In the first thing, we should know how many will get in the country. Let's take the PA for example, the physician assistant. In the whole country, physician assistant get 500.
Yeah.
So tell me now, Nimakante alone, you get 94 health facility. Then Nima alone, 94. So you are so it's a challenge because our people are not prioritizing priorities. Like Yerese was saying, you know, even the lawmaker, let's take the lawmaker ourselves. Let's look at the SOE. See the money they're making. Generator getting 3,000 out of that 3,000. When you divide 184 by 3,000, you know how many nurses you finish paying there? You are paying 16 nurses. Just the generator, the money the generator eating. That's 16 nurses money there per month. Before we even talk about that scratch car, before we talk about that gasoline. And one of the things like Liberians too, we are not honest. Now one of the things we are not honest. Even the little that they selling, other people they say, but the people started eating from up there. See the help budget. Why the street not enough? But at least the help budget. If that help budget is used for its intended purpose, at least we will be getting somewhere. So that's some of the things. Dishonesty. Now one of the things that the fabric that carrying our society. People are not honest. And when people grab, they are not penalized because of interest. Because if there are some decision when they take, people will be afraid. But people are not afraid. Somebody, one person will go low, eat 1,000,000, 200,000. At the end of the day, what can come with that? Zero. So that one of the things that really killing us. My brother, dishonesty.
Yeah. I think he dropped the line already. So just go ahead with your thought.
So that's what I was saying. So when it comes to together, pharmacy, it can happen right now in our honor our generation. Maybe the next generation can work on that one. Because the first
I thought that system has changed because I remember when I was still there. In fact, when we started Nima Community College, knew that there was one chief pharmacy of Nima, and his name was
Zanzi,
Mister. No, at the time it was one Momo. He came from Lofa, and Momo
yeah,
left, and then
yeah,
the Zanzi came. So I thought by this time, we've had a couple of them, and then but it's still just one chief pharmacy of Nima. That's unbelievable. So I mean,
yeah,
across all the counties, 15 counties have, each county has one
yeah,
pharmacist target.
yeah. And a bigger hospital, maybe the GFD will get one or two, I don't know.
Wow. Yes, go ahead.
And one thing that happening, our Douglas is still selfish.
Yeah.
That one of the thing that giving us Liberians problem. I want to see more people. That one again, we don't have more data because the data feel so superior. So before you enter Douglas, you have to frustrate. People feel looking at your age and other things. People don't want to go that way. But you see that they have 2, 3, 4, 5 school offering medicine in Liberia, like where the nursing school all over. You see that they think we're talking will not be like this. That's not what they think. Because we are so complacent. On the Douglas alone. On the Douglas alone. And I just
And then
recently they just open a law school because they have only one law school. So it make it very narrow. When you take entrance, when you not go to Douglas, when Douglas deny you, when all the data children want to go when they not go there, you can't get the opportunity. So that's one of the problems. Yeah,
yeah,
Liberian force you to
you
do.
know, the point you raised, right? We only have one uh med school in Liberia. That is quite, frustrating. And I think that those institutions that offering nurses, places like Cardinal University has been existing for a long time.
Yeah,
Cardinal had doctorate degree holders. By this time, we should be talking about Cardinal is offering, degree in medicine. We can't have one doctor thing which takes a limited amount of students. Okay, now you spoke about physician assistants. Those physician assistants is only TMA that offers that. Myself, I applied to TMA before I took their entrance. You know how we Liberians are very eager to go to school. At the end of the day, you only the people only looking for 50. And
yeah,
out of the 50 here, you have over 100 taking interest. See that. And then they school in Phoebe, where
yeah.
Irison graduated from. I came there, and there where I felt frustrated. They were looking for um, altogether, I think it was 60 students. They were looking for 25 nurses, and then I think 25 midwifery, and then with the lab, the 10 was for lab. And then you have this over 200 students register for that entrance. When you see the line, I felt frustrated. I said, with this kind of line, and then you telling us you're only looking for 60% out of 200 plus students. And now you realize that old people will be telling you, somebody inside there forgetting your own, you going nowhere. So I think it's about time now that those institutions that have been existing for a long time open up. You have senior people. I call it UMU. UMU is being existing for long. Send people out. You have Faleku, you have Zianto. Send them in and let them go line, come by and become, an open medical doctorate school. That don't mean be there. But we can't just be waiting on one doctor at the alone.
So
Why?
that one of the things I
Why?
think like
Yeah. Go ahead, brother.
look at small country like Gambia. In Gambia, the one medical doctor that graduated from Gambia, he said as soon as you come from high school, you enter straight to the medical school. But like bro, they will allow you to go get bachelor degree first in chemistry and biology before you enter to go do the full 8 years. He said he left from here when he had a bachelor degree from Cottington, and one other girl left from here from high school. One of the senator dollar, both of them went together in Gambia. You were only above that girl one semester. High school student that just went, and all of them graduated together. And she's a medical doctor. She in Liberia. She working.
Yeah.
Why you be spending 4 years to learn in chemistry and biology? Then you go into that school again for another 4 years, sometimes 5 years. Then at the end of the day, when they put this student us at 20, why you get a population of 5 million human beings? Then Liberia doctor can reach to 3,000 in the whole country. A medical doctor can reach 3,000. Then you get a population of 5 point something million. So what a ratio are there? So for me, I can tell the nurses are doing extremely well. The people are not appreciating them, but the nurses are doing extremely well because they are everywhere. The nurses and the midwife, they are in the clinic, but you only see doctor in hospital and health center. Finish. But in all the clinic, either midwife or nurse, midwife or nurse. But they are the most criticized, most underpaid people in our country. So it's frustrating, it's demotivating. Then when you talk, people will say, "Oh, you nurse, you ain't going for money, the professional." Oh, I'm going for money.
No, you know,
I just want my children to go to school.
even though the profession calls for caring and this, but here's a fact. Somebody took their hard-earned money, went and sat in school. Just take for example, in our case, we went with the intention of doing 2 years. How many years did we spend at NCCC? By the time I left, we have gone 4 years. Then you guys stay. So let's say 4.5 years before you get one
Yeah,
associate degree at NCCC at the time. We
we spend
went
more than
in,
4 years.
yeah, we went in for 2 years associate program. 2 years. We the 2 years went and we were still there, have not even gone into the program deep itself. It was late in 2015
Yeah,
that we started the real nursing program itself. When we entered school 2012. So see that somebody went and took their hard-earned money, went to school with the intention of let me go learn and come back. I have the passion to do that. That does not mean I have to do the job free. No, I got family. I got children. I need to send my children to school. Even if it's a government
yeah,
school these days, when school open, I got to register. So that notion, I don't think it is, actually necessary for people to say. We are looking at, what I see is that people actually don't have ideas of when it comes to nurses. You think they're wearing out maybe the uniform and looking beautiful into that? Just you see them, you say, oh, they're actually making money. From where I sit, depending on your qualification, you're making close to above 30. Depending on your qualification, you're making above 30 per hour. And then we look at maybe 200 cap $250 after taxes and everything. You're looking at somebody may likely go home with $200 a month or maybe one something a month. We'll say the person taking salary. Yeah, it is salary, but that's not enough. But it is our society, and I think we need constant calls on our legislator to do something good for our healthcare sector. You spoke earlier on about people leaving from Liberia to go to other countries to go and seek treatment. And I've said it over and over. If we can take that money and put it into our health sector and develop our
yeah,
health sector, Liberia, we have brain surgeons, right? We send people out, train them, come back. You know the amount of Liberian doctors that are here? We have a lot of Liberian doctors around here. They went to Dr. Tio. They came to this country. They can't practice, but they had to do something else here. They got to either get
yeah.
some kind of certification here to be able to even though falls in our category. Some are still being supervised. I know of some who came here with their medical degree. They couldn't allow them to work by themselves. They still been supervised, even though they went to school here and got another master in something different that related to the healthcare. But yes, still they still can't. Then what are we boasting about? Why can't we open up, create an avenue where Liberia will have more doctors? We have more
Yes.
nurses, but we don't have doctors. We don't have physician assistants because those institutions that offers that take a limited number of people. And if somebody taking 50, at the end of the day, the 50 have to go through. Not everybody will graduate. You enter together, you can't graduate together. That is say about
Yeah.
any health fee. Yeah, so Mr. Bowie, it has been a pleasure here tonight with you. So let's hear your parting comment on your ending thought on this health issue, and then we will wrap up and call it a day.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the show tonight. Anything like you said, any constant talking. We ourselves, people we know in the legislature, we need to talk to them. We need to explain to them because you will be having the opportunity to fly. But what about the people back home? Are they having a capacity to go out to for treatment? And your extended family. So we just need to be constantly engaging people, talking to people to see how best we can build and revamp our health system. Then right now, the other grand school of law or the only law school in Liberia. Right now, Tiawan Gongolo they now opening up a law school. So right now it become a competition in the area. You will see
Yes.
people will be going for quality. People will be going. They'll be like for Liberia. Liberia get over 16 nursing school. Liberia get over 20 some more thousand nurses. So you see, it become competitive. But we just need to talk. And the doctor too need to change that mentality because they don't want to open up for them to get more doctors like that. Our salary will reduce. It will be the way the nurses are playing there, that way they will be. We cannot look at our own personal gain to put the whole nation at risk. Thank you so much for the show. We will continue to appear and educate our people and give them more health education. Thank you.
Well, folks, it is the Twah River platform, and we have Mr. Harrison Moore here tonight. OP was here, and then he left. Mr. Harrison Moore, we spoke about the issue of health and the concern when it comes to the health within our republic. And one of the constraints that he mentioned here is that the Liberia have more nurses, but very quite a few doctors, and equally so, underpaid nurses. And I think the problem we are facing in our health sector is low budget and also sincerity. We are not sincere enough. That is it. Because if, and what can really get to my soul is that the very people that occupies those positions, those people have been outside of Liberia. They have maybe gone for medical treatment outside of Liberia and seeing those facilities that they went to, how they have those equipments that were able to treat them or their relatives, how those facilities operate. But yet still when it comes to Liberia, it's nowhere, still nowhere. And I think it's about time that we invest more. The money we're taking to put it behind those to make representative job, senator job look lucrative to everybody, we can take that money and put it into our health sector and make it more attractive to people and train people. If you open up more medical schools, not Dr. T alone. I have a cousin who went through University of Liberia, went through the triple D's and all of that, graduated and went to enroll into Dr. T. Up to today, that man still have not entered to Dr. T.
You become teacher.
Yeah, he's a teacher now, and I'm told he just left the teaching fee. He's working with the City Corporation now.
Okay, you see that?
You see how frustrated those things can be, but because it's not competitive, TMA only accept 50 students. I think it's annually. Now, 50 students waiting 1 year. You see how frustrated it is. But if those institutions are competitive, you have additional maybe two, three around. If the other one can't make it, they one will make it. You go there. It becomes competitive. But we don't have it. We don't want to privatize our health sector, but want to privatize the political offices. Representative,
Yeah.
many are representatives. So money going away. Will. Patient line down to the hospital. No treatment, no medication. So I think it's about time that we invest more into our health sector to get those people on board. Well, Mr. Ball, it is a pleasure with you here tonight. I know it's late your time. We'll take leave of you. If you have parting comments, fine. If not, we'll take leave of you.
Thank you. We'll meet again tomorrow. God's willing.
All right. Thank you, brother. We'll see
Thank
you
you.
tomorrow here. Well, folks, want to say thank you to you all for being here on our show tonight. Like I said, tomorrow we'll be in conversation with the acting vice chancellor, Prof. Nia Maru of ABC University, will be our guest here tomorrow. And of course, on Wednesday, we'll be speaking to District Number 4 policymaker on our honors. Emma Senior will be our guest on Wednesday, and we'll dive deeper into Twah River, District Number 4. Send that Twah River own radio TV platform will dive deeper into Twah River on Wednesday, where we will, get to know the owner, what he been doing for the past time, and how is the district going. So y'all shopping your bell, y'all put your question down. On Wednesday, y'all just be trooping a question. We'll ask your question. Y'all just send it to the Facebook page. Let's interact with our honest mercy. We're not saying it to get you a friend, chief. Don't miss our show. Uh, so if you've been following us or if you come across this video, I want to say thank you. Please follow, like, and share our page. But what we are saying here, the health of us Liberians is very important. We can't continue to live like this, and we can't continue to be in such an environment where we don't have, I repeat, where we don't have adequate health facilities and we don't have supplies, but yet still we make our political offices more lucrative that everybody attention is on politics. And I think it's about time that we change the trajectory, invest more into our health sector, our education, our securities. These are the backbone of a nation. If the security system is strong, it's very hard to penetrate. If our education system is strong, up to today, we Liberian, we say we are sister country to America, but our degree is not valued in America. That is the fact. As any Liberians who comes to this country with some form of education, if you can't go to school here to get some form of credential from this country that I said called America, I bet man your degree will be in your house while you be chasing crazy people all around. Yes, still. An Indian will come from India with his or her credential and come here and become valid. But we say we are sister country to America. Yes, still they don't value our education system. If you speak it to them and say, just take for example, let me take your minds back in 2025 when our president Joseph Newman Boaka came visited the White House. See, the statement that was authored, where you learn such an English from, as if they don't know the history. But I think it's about time that we invest in our education, our health, to put Liberia on the map. Like honestly speaking, we Liberians we are smart people, but we don't have the hands. The opportunity is not there. It's not. And I think it's very much important that we invest more. Institutions that, you know, uh, University of Liberia, go see our buildings, go see the university campus. It does not even represent what we call university. The pins, those pins have faded. It look like where people don't live. Why can't we take care of those places? Why can't we? And we call it higher institution of learning. Go see the one on the main on Capitol opposite the our main damn building. Go see it. How it looks. Why can't those buildings be maintained? This is our old structure. But having them painted, you know, if you are living a very good, very conducive environment, you feel good. Excuse me, you feel good. You feel very proud about it. But if you are just sitting, in an area where it is not okay, how will you learn? And likewise, many institutions in Liberia still in our vicinity still have that kind of structure or called higher institution of learning. The higher institution of learning should be able to, attract people that when you get there, you say yes, I'm in school. No wonder why every day I'm in there on our campus thinking Amanda, way to Amanda, way to this time I think they are transformed, or they have transcended into putting it in the dollar. I saw another one where my neighbor brother put it in a manner. You were putting it in a manner, people there, and people were there to hating him more. And somebody asked the question, so you think how many years that man will spend? I said that man will probably spend maybe 8 years. But honestly, the learning environment encourages people to learn. It adds taste to your learning. And I think that, you know, investing more into our education sector to make us to put us on the map. That whenever somebody goes to other place with their credential, why you think Liberians are leaving Liberia on a daily basis to other countries just to gain higher education? And when it comes back, those education are more value than the one in Liberia. What method did they apply that we can apply, to bring those systems back home? Most of y'all in our government have gone outside of Liberia for studies. Luckily for you guys, you're in the government. Why can't you people go together and work for the Liberian people and change those systems and change those corrupt systems? Let me go to my home country, Nima. See the Nima University building. That building was for Sanicola Central High School. Especially, I'm talking about the science department buildings. The one that hosts the nurses, the nursing college and natural sciences. That building was for Sanicola, especially the entire vicinity was for Sanicola Central High School. That was the senior high section of Sanicola Central High. The only building that was put out by uh, the college itself was the auditorium, the administrative building, and I think the first two buildings when you come from the police barrack way. I don't know if they have put out new structure, but that is a high school facility. Now we are talking about most students, and I think graduation is coming up some part of this June, if I'm not mistaken, either June 20 or so. We put out graduate every year. We're putting out Liberian students every year. They are graduating. Yes, still no avenue. How many? How many? Y'all know that the Liberian people put you there. Me, I always say, we continue to preach this message, and you're not listening. Prof, then, you're not listening to our message, Prof. When 2029 comes, we'll talk to our people because we want people that will go there to do the right thing for us. I think it's about time we put all women in our building in both houses. Maybe those women there they get feeding for children. Won't put our money in our building, they will do something better. We'll pour our money in our building and put Holy Ghost fire on them. Because they need getting serious now. We need to invest in our health sector, our education sector, so that lives will be saved. Liberia will be to where it was before. What wrong with us? We've gone through, we are past the World War thing, we are past a long time. We fought the war, we in there. Since 2006, we went to democratic election up to now, 2026. How many years right there? Calculate. We're talking about 20 years right there. And yesterday we want to say, oh, we're building. We should be developed by this time. Take our case and compare that to Rwanda. And go see the amount of Liberians in Rwanda now going to school every year. See the amount of bachelors and masters that come from Rwanda. Why can't we improve our system and make it look like Rwanda to attract outsiders? If you calculate the money that leave from Liberia to Rwanda Rwanda, India yearly, calculate that. If those money can be invested into Liberia, what it would do. We don't have the facility. We all believe that if my child goes out and come back, he's well recognized degree educational wise, his degree is more value than what it is here. But we can change those stories, those trajectory. We can change it and make a difference. But we sit and just believe in embezzlement, because when public official steal a promo, say the person has embezzled. When poor man steals, say the person stole. Man, LRB, right? Their country interesting, oh. Bro, y'all please do our way back. Instead, you're causing us every day to that building, cooling, you sit down, you sit down, this and that. Now you're getting there, but somebody stay there causing us. You get our BCS over there, Mainman Bridge, whole day. She making plan with people. Y'all say that you get used to cost now over there. How many you get out? You get Yakba will call you back. He said in here, they're going on. He outside. As soon as you're there now, up to now, the house has not declared his seat open yet. But man, on a serious note, I think it's very important that we invest in our health, education, and security system and make them strong. Makes it strong. Make our education. Let people respect our education on an international level. Go leave Liberia with your degree and go to other country and go look for a job. Okay, leave Liberia. You did accounting, right? I know somebody who did accounting in Liberia came to this country with accounting degree. You know what the person went to apply for accounting job. You know what happened? Sir, we don't recognize it. And the person ended up working in a group home. Went to bank to even become a teller. I didn't go through. Person working at group home, work his way through. He was determined and went back to school and then got master in accountants. Even as he got his master, he felt reluctant now because before he could even graduate, he has excelled to he had excelled to a supervisor role now to what he was doing. So he didn't really have time to even say, I want to go back to my field. But that was something he did to back up the day he goes back to Liberia. That's how humiliating our degree can be when we come to any foreign country. Why can't we work on our education system to make it recognized to public, to people, that if a Liberian goes anywhere and say, "Oh, I have this," they'll say yes. I came into this country, none of my science courses was taken. What was more interesting is that I was in a car with a lady, and then she said, "Oh, I heard they say you are a nursing student back home." I said yes. She was giving me an honest advice, but I thought at the time, hey, I want to go straight ahead. Straight ahead. I said, I advise you start with LPN. That is learn practical nursing and make your way through. Because they will not take those credits you have. They will not take it. I thought she was just joking. And I tested the water. I became stuck on wait list. And those science courses were not taken. I got to start from scratch one. That's how humiliating our education sector is. Why can't we work on bringing improvement to those sector that will put Liberia out there? Well, folks, that is it. We'll continue pushing the message. And I continue to say, our men then, you stop cussing on and do our job. You don't do that thing straight, Pro will take you out of there. We'll take you out of there. You sitting on 1.5 million, I bought you out of the pro. You don't do anything all that, you don't do anything straight, we'll take it from there. Back to Nima County. Where is our $12 million? Nelson Corporate. Our Doc Cooper. Where our money? Who asked your question? Our money. I gotta tell where our money go. Hey, the crowd who said, we'll take it from there. You know what our $12 million can do for us in Lions? That money would have put us beyond where we are today. Those dubious company you're added onto those lists, quote unquote vendor, put 500,000 and then 135,000 gone. The 135,000 worth of goods was delivered. The remaining 300 and plus thousand, that fear. Hey, yalla biwa. Hey, well, my country interesting, oh, need my country back. Y'all better bring our money. We're not playing, oh. Yeah. We speaking from the other reports. And we're giving her time to respond. And you don't respond back. You know what? We'll pray that our money, y'all bring it. Y'all bring it. Nima Kwado. You are hearing the other report. We're watching y'all. That your first test right there. And we'll find out that your first test right there. That our money. Yeah. Kupele. Mami na ge kupele. Nampo miempo ye na pu. Yeah. Karuya na wekao. Kona kupele ya kebe. Bronze deve que qualquer nima. Kupele va. Yeah. Nelson Gogoi, Kopele, Namen Dokopa, Anage Kopa, Unage Kopa, Kopele, Konan Kopele, I got Nima. Absolutely, we need our money. Where our money went, we need accountability. That y'all need we know because why unit does commander responsible? Y'all the one who are in office at time, whether John Brown or this and that. That y'all the one we know. Who was the county administration? The county administrator or the superintendent of NIMA, Doug Cooper. After Doug Cooper, who came in? Nelson Kwakwe, the CDC man. I mean, y'all bring our money back. No joke. Our money. We coming in that y'all soon. Y'all think we're joking. We'll get our money from y'all. 12 million naira. That ain't even 1 million. 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 million naira. Target. You know what our money will do? Damn, man. Our auditor, y'all thinking, yeah, y'all thinking for revealing our secret to what we will get behind our money business. It will come back. Nima Kante, forget it. I want that y'all. That we are brother and sister business. Because that money can do something better for us. That money, it can develop Nima to the greater extent. That money, Mango, say, yeah, business. We're watching you too. We're watching you. Our money. Hey, God. We will talk it and put it behind or put fire behind or you're not talk. We'll put fire behind that our money. We want to know where all that own account of money went to. 12. 12. We can send child to school from kindergarten all the way to 12th grade. 12th grade. They're talking about 12 million out of target. That's my money there, bro. Damn. Bro, that money we want it. We want accountability. On a serious note, these are things that don't offer well, does not represent us to, you know, it is not even, what we should be talking about. Because those money are meant for development. And I don't know how the vetting of those companies came about, whether they went through the proper channel, whether those companies still exist. Even if they exist and those bid went through where somebody is to deliver a 500,000 worth of goods, but out of that 500,000, only 135,000 was accounted for. What happened to the remaining 300,000 plus? What happened to those projects? These are questions, I think when you are in a public office, it's good to do justice to yourself that when you leave tomorrow, there will be no question at your back. That the public will also be able to attest to your doing. And this should serve as a serious caveat to whoever be the leader of Nima County going forward. That remember, nothing stays in hiding forever, no matter what. And our people have the parable that says, hey, you can't hire a long stay anything that, let me just put it this way, anything that is in hiding will one day come to light. And if people always say you can't have motor pencil on an offender, it will stay short. That is a serious caveat. We will dig beyond the money business and we will make sure to know where our money went, who did what they what, accountability. At the end of the day, is what we need. Thank you for your time here tonight. It is the Twah River TV Riverside Talk. We'll be here tomorrow with another fresh edition where we'll be in conversation with Prof. Nia Maru, acting vice chancellor of ABC University. And then on Wednesday, we'll be in conversation with the Ogak Patak Pata of District Number 4, Honorable Honest Massier, representative. That's the Ogak Patak Pata. We'll be in conversation with him on Wednesday. We'll know what is happening in District Number 4. Thank you for your time here tonight. Thanks for following. See you tomorrow. Peace out. Where is Nimba money? That is the question. We'll continue to ask this question. Our money needs to be, we need to know where our money went. Thank you all. Have a blessed night. Bye from my end.